talk about slopes of lines today, which entails finding the slope of the given line, as well as determining whether or not that line is going to be parallel, perpendicular, or neither. Alright, so last class we talked about what the slope of the line is when we were talking about our vocabulary words. And it's going to be that measure of the steepness of a line. So if we look at this graph over here to the right, it's really all rise over our run, or our change in our x over our change in our y. Now, last year, you guys learned your charts to find slope. You'd make an xy chart, right, and you would put your points into your xy chart. So maybe if we were using this as an example, you would have 2, 3 as one of your points, and 8, 6 as the other one. And then you would subtract from the chart. So you get negative 6 over negative 3. And then you would take your y, which was negative 3, over your x, which is negative 6. And you get positive 3, 6, or if we simplify that even further, positive 1/2 as your slope. I am perfectly fine with you using that method for finding slope, if that is what sticks with you. We're going to talk about a new formula for it. It's going to be just like rise over run, or change in x over change in y. You're just taking your y value and subtracting it, and you're taking your x values and you're subtracting them. The key is that you have to keep them in the same order. So if you subtract 1 point on the first, it has to be your x value on the bottom as well. So we'll take a look at that as we keep going. Alright, so here are our slopes that we tend to classify. The first one here is our positive slope. Okay, that's our positive slope. If you put a car and it goes up the mountain. The next one is a negative slope. You put a car and it goes down the mountain. The next one is known as our zero slope. Okay, zero slopes are horizontal values, and this is when y is equaling some number, right? In this case, y is probably 3, right? When y is a value, because all the y values are the same. And if you learned last year, this would have been point. Okay. Here we've got our undefined. A vertical line is undefined because it doesn't pass your undefined test. This will always be x equals a number, so here maybe it's negative 3. Okay. And this is your bucks that you might have talked about last year. Okay. Vertical lines are undefined. It's an x value. So let's look at finding slopes from graphs. If we're finding slopes from graphs, the easiest method is to count. So we're going to find things on here that cross. So here's a point, and it looks like here's a point. Okay? So I'm going to just count what I have. So my rise, right, I rose 1, 2, 3, 4, and I went over 1. So let's see. This would have been negative 4 for my slope, right? So if you've gone down the other way, right, you went down 4 over 1, so negative 4. Either way works as long as you are making sure you're adding that negative, because it is to be a negative slope. Okay, if we look over here at the next one, this is a vertical line, right? So vertical lines are always going to be undefined. So if you see a vertical line, all you have to do is say undefined. This also means that you might see it if you're solving for it. You're going to get a 0 on the bottom. So I like to write it as NO or zeros on the bottom? Okay, no, you cannot do that. Alright. Our slope here, again, we just need to find some points that work for us. We've got a point here, and we've got a point here. So let's see, we've got up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we've gone over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we rose 5, we went over 6. So finding slope on a graph tends to be our easier method, okay? Looking at D, again, we have a horizontal line, which means our slope is going to be 0. Again, another trick for remembering that is 0 over some number is okay. And this is a good thing, so that's key. Okay, let's look at it from finding it for points. This is where we're going to use that formula that says m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You are a formula person. All you have to do is memorize it. This formula is not given to you. But if you can remember that, you're golden. I would also suggest, if that doesn't work for you, either graphing and just counting every time, or using that chart you guys learned last year. So here I'm going to label my points first. It's asking me to find the slope, okay, which is going to be a ratio, right? It's going to be a number over some other number. So we've got a line containing 6, -2, and -3, 5. So I'm going to label my points. This is x1, y1, x2, y2. Remember, all points are consistent of an x and a y. And now we're going to take y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I'm going to take my y's on top. So we've got -5 minus -2. Make sure you put your negatives in parentheses so that you don't screw it up. Okay, and then we've got -3 minus 6 on the bottom. It's my x2 minus my x1. So when I do that, remember, a negative times a negative will become positive. So I've got -5 plus 2, giving me a -3. And then I've got -3 minus 6, which gives me a -9. And I need to simplify that. Right, a negative divided by a negative will be positive. And 3 divided by 3 gives us a slope of 1/3. Okay. I'm going to label my points over here for my second one. Again, x1, y1, x2, y2. Now I'm going to show you that I don't actually have to do y2 first. I can actually do y1 first, but I have to keep the order the same. So I can say -3 minus -6. Okay, I started with my y1. I need to start with my x1. So I'm going to put 8 on the bottom first, minus a -6. So I'm seeing I wrote -6 up here instead of -2. So let me erase that. So again, on the top I did y1 minus y2, and on the bottom I did x1 minus x2. So again, a negative times a negative will become positive. So I've got -3 plus 2, giving me a -1. And I've got 8 plus the 6, giving me 14. Now this will simplify, so that is my answer. I get m equals -1, 14. Okay, and that would have worked out exactly the same if you had done y2 minus y1. So as long as you keep the order the same, you're golden. Okay, so this one I want you to try on your own. See if you can get it. I'll place the answer up here so you can check your work. Alright, So if you saw this correctly, you would have found that there was a 0 on the bottom. Remember, we cannot have 0 on the bottom. It's undefined. If you were to type it into the calculator, it would give you an error button, an error message. So this is undefined. If you left -5 for 0, I would be okay with that. But the next step is really to understand that it's undefined. Okay, it is undefined. Alright, so just as we were talking about before, if we have a horizontal line, that's going to be y equals b, or where there's some number. So if we're looking at this graph down here, at our horizontal line, y is at -3. So this line down here would be y equals -3. And x is going to be a vertical line, and here it's going to be x equals -2. Okay, so let's talk about perpendicular and parallel lines, right? The slopes of parallel lines are going to be the same. Okay, so if we look at this graph over to the right, the slopes there of line L and line M are parallel because they both are 4. Another way you might see it written is in y equals mx plus b form. So maybe we're going to have y equals 4x plus 3, and y equals 4x minus 1. Okay? Therefore, they have the same slope, right? Right there at the front of the lines. Those are the same, so they're going to be parallel. Okay? The second one is perpendicular. Again, we've talked about these with our vocabulary. Perpendicular are going to be opposite and reciprocals. So if we look at line L and M, they both have a slope of 4. And then if you look at line P here, right, it's got a slope of -1/4. So we took the number 4, which is really 4 over 1. We flipped the top and the bottom, and we gave it the opposite side. So again, we could see this written in y equals mx plus b form, so maybe it's y equals 4x plus 2, and y equals -1/4 x minus 2. The y-intercepts here don't matter to us unless they end up being the same on the parallel line, so then they're the same line. Okay, so here we're going to determine whether or not M and N are parallel, perpendicular, neither to R and S. So that means we need to find the slope of both lines. So I'm going to do M here in blue and N. So the slope of M N is going to equal, okay, let me label my points, x1, y1, x2, y2. So I've got 0 minus 1 in the top, and 2 minus -5 in the bottom. Okay, so when we add negatives, they become positive. So 0 minus 1, because it's a -1, and 2 plus 5 gives us a -1/7. I'm going to do RS here. In green. I'll label it x1, y1, x2, y2. I'm going to have -5 minus 2. The slope of RS. Over -4 minus -3. Parentheses there. Again, we've added, or we're subtracting a negative, which becomes addition. So you've got -5 minus 2, which gives us -7. And -4 plus 3 gives us -1. Negative divided by negative will give us a positive. So we've got a -1/7 and a positive 7 over 1, which means these will be perpendicular lines. So they are opposite and reciprocal. Okay? Alright, again we have to do the same thing here to determine whether that's parallel, perpendicular, or neither. So I'm going to underline my first, label my points, x1, y1, x2, y2. And then I'm going to solve. So m equals 3 minus 6 over 2 minus 7, which gives us 3 minus 6, which is negative 3, over 2 minus 7, which is negative 5. A negative divided by a negative is positive. Our second one there, x1, y1, x2, y2. So the slope of RS equals negative 2 minus 4 over 1 minus 11. So negative 2 minus 4 is going to give us negative 6 over 1 minus 11, which is negative 10. And if we simplify that, we get 3/5, because a negative divided by negative is positive, and they can both be divided by 2. So that means these lines are parallel because their slopes are the same. Alright, this next one here, again, we're still determining the same thing. So highlight my points, x1, y1, x2, y2. So we've got the slope of mn equals negative 3 minus 4 over 2 minus 1, which is going to give us negative 7 over 1. And then our second one here, x1, y1, x2, y2. So the slope of RS equals negative 6 minus 1 over 7 minus 8, which gives me a negative 7 over 1, or positive 7 over 1. Now these are opposite, right? So that's one thing of perpendicular, but they are not reciprocals. They have to be both in order to be perpendicular. And in order to be parallel, they have to be exactly the same. So therefore, these are going to be neither. Okay, because it doesn't fit our criteria perfectly. Now this one I would like you to try on your own, and I'll put the answer up here so you can check your answer. Alright, so this was a tricky one, right? You would have gotten 1 and negative 1. 1 and negative 1 are the only negative and positive number that are reciprocals of each other. And this is because when you flip 1 over 1, you still have 1 over 1. So therefore, we just add the negative in order to make it perpendicular. So this one was kind of tricky. If you have any more questions, please see me in class and we can give you some examples to go through.